Hi everybody and welcome to Ocean Art class number 4. Today we are going to be drawing a fish face. So you're going to need a piece of paper, a pencil, an eraser, and then some sort of color. So let's get started. So let's start with step number 1. We're doing the outline of our fish. Okay, so I'm going to start out, it's basically like a triangle. I'm going to draw a line down to about here. Now this section is actually wider than what this section is, and so I'm going to make my fish maybe not go out as far. So I'm going to stop about there, and then I'm going to curve this line down and around. This is the front of my fish. So I like this line. I'm going to lock it in. That means I'm going to draw using the pencil a little bit harder, okay? Okay, let's see. It's not focusing. There we go. So next, I'm going to do step number 2. That is drawing this curved rainbow shape inside my fish. So if you need to make dots, that's okay. Go ahead and make dots. My camera's not focused, guys. Hold on. Let's see if that helps. Okay. And now I'm going to draw my curved line from dot to dot. Like that. Right? So step number 3 is drawing the lip on your fish. As you can see right here, there's a little lip. So all I'm going to do is make a little bump right at the top of that triangle. And then I'm going to bring it down to meet my head. Just like that. So that's step number 3. Step number 4 is drawing your fish's eye. So that's just a circle. There we go. Step number 5 is adding the details to the eye. So that's adding the outer ring around the eye and a little dot inside the eye, or a little circle, I guess I should say. So I'm going to outline, do that circle around the circle for my eye, and then draw the little circle inside. There we go. Step number 6 is drawing the fin. So starting on this wall, I'm going to go up, and over, and make this kind of like hill shape coming out of the side. And that's a little wonky, so I'm going to fix this line a little bit. But make sure it goes all the way off of your box, okay? There we go. Step number 7 is adding stripes onto your fish. So I'm just going to do long rainbow shapes that go to the end of the box that you're drawing in. Try to make these lines evenly spaced so that they seem like the same for each line. Go very slow for this so you have nice lines. Now notice my lines are not super skinny. They're pretty thick. You want to keep those lines pretty thick. Now step number 8 is adding the details to your fish's fin. So they do a mound shape in that fin with a circle inside, and then lines going off the end. These are skinnier than the ones that you did on the body, but not so skinny. And friends, if you don't want to do this pattern, you can pick a different pattern. This is just a suggestion. Okay, and they add little scales to the fish, like letter U, okay? And I'm going to add some gills. That's what our fish breathe out of. Okay, are we ready to start coloring, friends? That was such a quick draw because it's so big. So I'm going to be using my markers again. Woo! Sorry, the camera's not fully focused, guys. I don't know what's going on. So I really, really like the way that this artist colored in their fish. So I'm going to do the same colors and color it in with you. So I'm going to start with orange. Now, again, you can do any color you want. You don't need to follow their color scheme. I just really like how they colored theirs in. And I will outline with you today, too, since we drew this fish so fast. So I'm outlining. I'm taking my time. This kind of is the shape of a triangle. Okay. So now I'm going to color in, taking my time, going back and forth. I'm going to go over my scales and my fins, not my fins, my gills in a different color, like a darker color, probably like a dark orange or a red, to really make those colors pop. Maybe a pink would be nice. This artwork is not done by marker. They probably did watercolor and crayon, it looks like, or pastel. However, we use what we have, right, at our houses, and I have markers, so I'm going to be using my marker tonight. And remember, you can get the same effect on your artwork using lots of different kinds of tools. You just have to know how to use your tools. Okay. So just coloring in this fish. This part takes a while, guys, I know. But it's very relaxing. I find coloring to be quite relaxing. There we go. Coloring that fish. Ta-da. Okay, so there's your fishy's head. Bright orange head. Now, do you see any other spots on this original picture where there's some orange? I do, this stripe right there. So I'm going to color in one of the stripes orange too. Just so I use the same color. So I outline first and then I'm going to start coloring in. I also see the circle on the fin is orange in this artwork, so I'm going to do that as well. I don't normally copy their color scheme, but I really like the way they did this one. Okay, and now this almost looks like an avocado if I weren't coloring it orange, this shape, like a sideways avocado. There we go. So the next color I'm going to get out is let's do pink, friends. I'm going to do my pink color. Do you have a hot pink? Do this color. This is the closest pink they have. Now with markers, remember, it's okay to blend them. Just think about what colors blend nicely together. So I'm going to blend these a little bit. That means purposely going outside the lines and mixing them together. Here we go. And I'm going to do pink gills. And those little scales that I drew earlier. And then I'm going to fill in this pink stripe on my fish. This is more of a magenta color, but I don't have a bright hot pink in my markers. Color that in. Remember, I'm going back and forth, making sure I don't miss any white splotches. There we go. Okay, let's see if there's any other pink. Not for now. Now let's do the yellow. There we go. Okay. And then the fins are also yellow, so, or the fin, I guess I should say. So color that in yellow. All right, so now I need red and blue and an extra color because I have an extra stripe that they don't have. So notice these are mostly warm tones except for that blue that they used. And I'm actually not going to use blue in my fish. I'm going to use purple. Do purple here. I want to do all warm tones for my fish. I need to do red. And maybe I'll do peach. So here's bright red. Okay, last color, let's do peach. So now what I'm going to do, friends, is after I get this peach colored in, I'm going to take some of the other colors that I used on the fish and mix them with some of the other rainbow lines to make patterns. I will show you what I mean because that was sort of confusing what I just said. So on this yellow, do you see in the example how the yellow has like red and orange stripes? So I'm going to do that right here. I'm going to take other colors that I used on my fish and make a pattern in each color. You can do any sort of pattern. Just don't make it too busy. That means don't have so much going on it's hard to see the fish. Okay, so for orange, maybe I'll do bright red. Maybe I'll do racing lines. So I'm just adding texture and detail to the art by adding these colors and patterns. I'm keeping it very, very simple. There we go. Just adding some detail in. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and color in the ocean. I'm going to do my black inking last. So the ocean, I'm going to do a turquoise blue again. Really like that turquoise color. Okay, there we go. Perfect. So I outline. I'm going to be very careful because green, blues, and oranges, like greenish blue colors and oranges don't mix well together. When you mix them next to each other, if you put them too close or overlap them, they make kind of a brown color. See right here? I made this kind of brown color. There we go. So you could also color in like this. I'm doing stripes, but I feel like it takes longer, but it kind of looks nice. And you can make patterns out of it. See how you can tell which direction my pen was going when I do this? Okay, guys, do you see how this pattern is emerging? You can kind of see the stripes, I hope, on the camera. You can kind of see them. See, it makes a neat pattern. And this is just by deciding which direction I'm coloring in and changing that. Okay, so my last step is going to be outlining. So I'm going to get out my black pen. Again, this step is optional, friends. There we go. First thing I'm doing is outlining my fish so it doesn't look as spooky. Looked a little spooky before without the eye colored in. Okay, the next thing I'm going to outline is my fin, and I'm not going to really outline anything else. I don't really need to. You just need to know that my fish has a fin and that my fish is swimming, like going a direction, right? So going whoop. So I don't need to outline everything. I will outline the big stripes, but I'm not going to go through and outline every little line that I did. Just the big lines, just the important ones. Think about what's the most important to show your picture. Maybe we could do the gills. Maybe that'd be okay. And there we have it, guys. Thank you so much for joining me for this art video, and I cannot wait to see you again next time. Okay, bye, guys.